I'm former NFL player turned chef Darrell Smith, and I'm on a mission to spread love through food, giving a fresh new twist on home-cooked meals. It's all mad good food. I live in Koreatown, and if you don't know, Koreatown is absolutely the food mecca of LA. Tonight, we're making braised beef short ribs with crispy rice. We got this bomb-ass Korean pancake dessert, and I'm excited to share my experiences in K-Town with you, as well as my friends. I'm gonna get started on my braised short ribs, and I'm just gonna grab a Dutch oven to do that. Short ribs into the pot. I'm gonna just put this to the side, and we're gonna grab a bowl, and we're gonna get started on our marinade. We got a little bit of soy sauce, sesame oil. You don't need much. We got about 1/4 cup. White wine vinegar. I like this, it's pretty sweet. 1/2 cup of rice vinegar. 3 tablespoons of chili oil. We got some garlic, about 10 cloves of minced garlic. Then we got about 1 tablespoon of minced ginger. Oh, this is such a lovely combination. And then finally, we have our brown sugar. And we got hella brown sugar. We just wanna mix this all together. I'm adding this marinade to 5 pounds of beef short ribs. Pop it in the fridge and let it marinate for about 8 hours. And we're gonna get started on our Korean pancake dessert. We got some AP flour, 2.5 cups of that. We got some sweet rice flour, 1/2 cup of that. 2 tablespoons sugar. Got a packet of yeast. Got about 1 teaspoon of salt. Next, we're just gonna whisk this all together. Got about 1 1/3 cup of pretty warm water. You wanna use warm water because yeast likes warm water. It doesn't like it hot, don't like it cold. And finally, we're just gonna add our olive oil. I'm gonna get these mitts dirty and just bring it all together. Bring it onto the surface. And I just want to make sure all of those scraggles are incorporated into my dough. That's looking good. Now this recipe is inspired by kimchi, but I'm not a Korean grandma. So instead of me trying to go through that process, I'm gonna show you an alternative that you can do at home. We got a pot. We're gonna put that on about a medium heat. We're gonna add about 1.5 cups water and sugar. We're gonna make like a little pickling solution. I'm going to add my vinegar. We got about 1 medium bell pepper, about 2 medium-sized carrots, and finally, we got about 1 small cabbage, just thinly sliced. And don't worry if this pan looks overcrowded right now, because I'm gonna let this continue to cook down and I'll see you in a second.
At Honda, we know you have to drive through the mud if you want to reach the rainbow. The all-new CR-V and CR-V Hybrid, part of the Honda line of rugged vehicles.
Hey, baby cakes, we're back. I'm gonna bring this up until this sauce starts to bubble. Leave that on the stove on a medium-high heat. You see those sauces starting to caramelize. That's when we wanna add our liquid. All we wanna do is cover our short ribs. We're gonna let that go. Pop the top on. Short ribs go in the oven. And now we're gonna get started on our crispy rice cakes. So here I have sushi rice, which is short grain, it's a little stickier and a lot more starchy, and so it sticks together really well. We're gonna add some rice vinegar, 2 tablespoons of that. We'll just mix this all together. You wanna take parchment paper about twice the size of a sheet pan, and we're just going to dump our rice onto this pan. There we go. Now, you're gonna use your spatula to kind of spread it out, and once it's in a good place, we're gonna fold this over and then use our hands to pat it down and take the same shape. We're gonna put this in the fridge for an hour. And now it's time to get into our sweet pancake called a hotak. Hotak? Hotak. We have some walnuts, and then we got some toasted sesame seed, and then you're just gonna beat it up, just like this. We'll start to grind it into a little paste. Now, we're gonna add cinnamon. That's gonna give us that smoky and that sweet, and then hella brown sugar. Stir this up. All right, oh, that's smelling good already. I want it nice and fine because this is gonna be the filling for our Korean pancake. We're going to start to form our pancakes. For this, we have the dough that we made earlier. I'm just going to oil my hands a little. and use these oil hands to pour our dough onto our board and just knead it a little bit, not too much. We just want to bring it all together. And once we get it to a good place, I'm going to cut this into 8 pieces. And we're just gonna take these, roll them into a ball, and then I just want to flatten this, almost like pizza dough. And once we get it nice and flat, we're gonna take our filling, put about a tablespoon right in the center, and then squeeze our sides to the middle. And once it's closed, smash it down until none of the seams are exposed. And we put it onto our pan, all right? Pan is nice and hot. We're gonna get a little bit of oil. You don't need too much. We're just gonna sit this on our oil, and then we wanna top it and allow it to steam and become nice and fluffy luffagus. Put the top back on, let it steam up a little more. There we go. Another golden brown masterpiece. And now I'm going to remove my beef from the oven. Hell yeah. Look how tender it is. I just squeeze it off the bone. Yeah, hot stuff. What? I'm gonna plate up our beef. And let's get started on our sticky rice. And I just wanna cut this into 6 squares. I'm gonna add a little bit of butter. What this butter is gonna do is give us a nice golden brown crust on our rice. We're gonna take a little beef and we're just gonna put that right on top of our rice cakes. Next, we're gonna take some of that pickled cabbage. I had my cabbage sitting about 2 hours maybe. So we got a little bit of green onion. That green adds a lovely pop of color. Then we're gonna hit it with a little bit of that real sweet pepper sauce. Boom, that looks good. The rice is crispy, the meat is nice and sweet and tender, and that pickled cabbage gives you a nice little bite. This is what I've been waiting for. Our sweet Korean pancake. There we go. That's so damn good. Food is one of those things that's universal, whether you're shopping at a local grocery store or just sharing a local meal with a neighbor. With this, I hope that I showed you how to use your creativity and imagination with the ingredients that are around you, and to embrace those, and to explore new flavors. Eat some food and do something different.